हरे कृष्णा। नमः ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी भाष्यता देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Studied, we have gone till verse number 35, and today we will start onwards 36 onwards. So where we were, like Arjuna is talking to Lord Krishna, Ho Govinda, Ho Madhusudan. So like when my family members, like my sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, father-in-laws, they all are standing in front of me in the battlefield. So like how can I kill them all? So it is very difficult for me. So how I will survive after this? So he's asking all this question to the creators, like the Lord Krishna. So he's telling, I am not prepared to fight with them, even in the exchange of 3 words. Even you are going to give me all the 3 words in exchange than this fight, I'm not going to accept anything out. So like he's not in situation only to go for the fight. So what is there in verse number 36 that we are going through it? Papa mivasraye dasman hatavatan ataina तस्मन्नर्हा वयं हन्तुं धृतराष्ट्रस्वबान्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखिनः स्याम माधव. Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune, and how could we happy by killing our own kinsmen? So everybody is knowing that like sin never exists for the longer period of time. So it will overcome by such kind of slay aggressors. So it is not proper to kill all the son of Dhritarashtra and our friends. So he is saying, so we cannot kill them directly in this way. So his heart is not allowing this. So what is the purport of this? According to Vedic injunctions, there are 6 kinds of aggressors. How many kinds of aggressors? There are 6 kinds of aggressors. First is a poison giver. Second one who sets fire to the house. Third, one who attacks with deadly weapons. Fourth, one who plunders riches. Fifth, one who occupies another's land. And 6, one who kidnaps a wife. So these are the 6 aggressors. Aggressors in the means the victim. So like who is doing the wrong thing, he is known as aggressors. So like the first one is poison giver. Whosoever is giving poisons, so that is the first. Second, one who is setting the fire into the house. Third, one who attacking with the deadly weapons. Fourth, one who plunders riches, one who is looting the rich persons. Plunders is nothing but the looting. Just the fifth one who occupies another's land, and the sixth one who kidnaps a wife. These all are the 6 aggressors according to the Vedic injunctions that we must keep in our mind. Such aggressors are at once be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. Such killing of aggressors is quite befitting for any ordinary man, but Arjuna was not an ordinary person. He was a pure soul. He was not an ordinary person. He was saintly by character, and therefore he wanted to deal with them in saintliness. This kind of saintliness, however, is not Kshatriya. Although a responsible man in the administration of a state is required to be saintly, he should not be cowardly. For example, Lord Rama was so saintly that people were anxious to live in his kingdom, Ram Rajya. But Lord Rama never showed any cowardice. Ravana was an aggressor against Rama because he kidnapped Rama's wife Sita. Everybody, we all are knowing Rama has kidnapped Sri Ramchandra's wife. But Lord Rama gave him sufficient lessons unparalleled in the history of the world. In Arjuna's case, however, one should consider the special type of aggressors, namely his own grandfather, own teacher, friends, sons, grandsons, etc. Because of them, Arjuna thought that he should not take the several steps necessary against ordinary aggressors. Besides that, saintly persons are advised to forgive. Such injunctions for saintly persons are more important than any political emergency. Arjuna considered that rather than killing his own kinsmen, his kinsmen means his relatives. So his own kinsmen for political reasons, it would be better to forgive them on grounds for religion and saintly behavior. So rather than killing them, rather than fighting with them, he is now because he was a saint. So in saintly manner, saintly behavior, he is trying to deal with them, and he's saying that I don't want any kind of kingdom, so I can leave everything for them. So for getting this political things and all, I don't want to get indulged into it, and he is asking to leave everything. He did not therefore consider such killing profitable simply for the matter of temporary bodily happiness. So whatever things they will get it, that will be for the temporary basis. That will be like a temporary bodily happiness. It is not a pleasure that will be for the permanent, for the lifetime. So it is not going to give relaxation and any kind of joy to the soul. It's not there. So like he was just saying, so he is going through his mindset, his all the talks which is going inside himself. After all kingdoms and pleasures derived there from permanent, so why should he risk his life and eternal salvation by killing his own kinsman? Arjuna addressing of Krishna as Madhava here. So Madhava is no one else as Krishna. So who was Madhava? Madhava is Lord Krishna, and he is the husband of goddess of fortune, Lakshmi. So like he wanted to point out the Krishna that as husband of the goddess of fortune, he should not have to induce Arjuna to take up matter which would ultimately bring about misfortune. Krishna, however, never brings misfortune to anyone, to say nothing of his devotees. So next verse 37 and 38. Yadyapete na pasyanti lobo pahata Kulachaya kritam dosham mitridoe cha patekam katham nageyam yasmavi papade asmani viturtatum kulachya kritam yadosham prapasya rizan janardana. O Janardhan, although this man overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends. Why should we, with knowledge of the sin, engage in these acts? So, as a Kshatriya, he is not supposed to refuse the battle or gamble when he is so invited by some rival party, some opponent party. Under such obligation, Arjuna could not refuse to fight because he was challenged by the party of Duryodhana. In his connection, Arjuna considered that the other party might be blind to the effects of such a challenge. Arjuna, however, could see the evil consequences and could not accept this challenge. Obligation is actually binding when the effect is good, but when the effect is otherwise, means bad, then no one can be found. No one can be bound. Considering all these pros and cons, Arjuna decided not to fight. So like a person who is pure, he can see the consequences of the bad things and the good things. So here Arjuna is feeling and having a look. He is predicting and getting senses of all the consequences, either positive or negative, pros and cons. He is getting all, and after getting everything into his mind, now he is deciding, I will not fight with my kinsmen, my relatives, my family members, anything for such a greed and anything. So that he is saying. So the next verse is Kul chayev pransanti kul dharma sanatana dharme naste kulam kithatra marme dharmo avivyatut. With the destruction of dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanished, and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in irreligious practice. What is the purport of this verse? In the system of the Varnashram institution, there are many principles of religious tradition to help members of the family grow properly and attain spiritual values. The elder members are responsible for such purifying process in the family, beginning from birth to death. But on the death of the elder members, such family traditions of purification may stop, and the remaining younger family members may develop religious habits and thereby lose their chance of spiritual salvation. Therefore, for no purpose should the elder members of the family be slain. So here he is telling about this Varnashram institution, Varnashram Dharma. So what is Varnashram Dharma? Varnashram Dharma, so it is divided into four types. So one is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. These are the four types of Varna. So which is there into the Sanatan Dharma. So like that he is trying to say it here. The next verse is here. Adharma vivavakta Krishna pradushyanti kulastriya Ustreso dishtasho varneshne jayate varna shankara. When irreligion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become corrupt, and from the degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Rishni, comes unwanted progeny. So what is the purport of this? Good population in human society is the basic principle for peace, prosperity and spiritual progress in life. The Varnashram religion's principles were so designed that the good population would prevail in society for the general spiritual progress of a state and community. Such population depends on the chastity and faithfulness of its womanhood. As children are very prone to be misled, women are similarly very prone to degradation. Therefore, both children and women require protection by the elder members of the family. By being engaged in various religious practices, women will not be misled into adultery. According to Chanakya Pandit, it is very important, so please focus here, listen it carefully. According to Chanakya Pandit, women are generally not very intelligent and therefore not trustworthy. We are not saying it. Chanakya Pandit has said this thing. Women are not so intelligent and trustworthy. So the different family traditions of religious activities should always engage them, and thus their chastity and devotion will give birth to a good population eligible for participating in the Varnashram system. On the failure of such Varnashram dharma, naturally the women become free to act and mix with men. And thus adultery is indulged in at the risk of unwanted population. Irresponsible men also provoke adultery in society, and thus unwanted children flood the human race at the risk of war and pestilence. So, like, if anybody is breaking the system of which kind of system? Varnashram system, Varnashram dharma, then what's happening? They are getting indulged, they are getting involved in the different kind of sinful activities which should not get happen. This will mislead the children, this will mislead the population, this will mislead the so many different kind of activities. Even once women get involved into this, then men also came into the picture, they also start getting involving. So what's happening after all? Dharma is getting destroyed. People are getting unpure from their soul. So the bad karmas, bad things will move into the environment, the society, which should not happen. So he is saying that, so here irreligion became the preeminent in the family. So they are not believing on the religion. What's the real religion? What the people should go with? But I don't know why people is going through such kind of irreligious thing which they should not go with. So that is what about this Arjuna is describing to Lord Krishna. So that's all for today. I have covered till verse number 40, and again tomorrow we will cover we will cover from verse 41 till the 46. So which will bind up the chapter 1, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So far we have covered till verse number 40. That's all from our side. And I also request you to like and subscribe the video, and also give us the feedback, the ways how it would be, either positive or negative. It doesn't matter at all for us. Because we believe in improvement overall. And also please click on like and subscribe button, also click on the bell button, so you will get the uploaded video and you can hear it up. Hare Krishna. We are
Hare
winding up
Krishna.
for today. Thank you.